Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders is with us from his hometown in Burlington, Vermont. Senator, good morning. You heard your record attacked, and the Republicans saying they'll win every state if you're the nominee. How do you defend yourself?
Oh. Well, I think, number one, if you look at the polls that are out there, we beat Donald Trump in the last national poll by 13 percentage points. I think we beat all of the Republicans in matchups in New Hampshire and in Iowa. I think the American people, in fact, understand that at a time of massive income and wealth inequality, where the rich are getting richer and everybody else is getting poorer, we need candidates not who are going to give hundreds of billions of dollars in tax breaks to the top 0.2%, but candidates who are going to stand up for working families, and that's what I intend to do. And
before you get that chance to take on a Republican, though, you have to beat Hillary Clinton in the primaries.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Well, you released this ad yesterday that the Clinton campaign is saying negative. Let's play a clip of it.
There are two Democratic visions for regulating Wall Street. One says it's okay to take millions from big banks and then tell them what to do. My plan: break up the big banks, close the tax loopholes, and make them pay their fair share.
You had promised not to run a negative ad during this campaign. Have you broken your promise?
No, I think anybody who looks at that ad understands it's not a negative ad. It's absolutely truthful.
Hillary Clinton says it's negative against her, and it attacks President Obama, too.
Well, I know that that's what Hillary Clinton says, but Hillary Clinton is not right. Did you see any picture of Hillary Clinton in there? Did you see any mention of Hillary Clinton? Look, you well know, and you guys follow these stuff, that for many, many years there has been a division within the Democratic Party, where you have had a whole section of the Democratic Party that is pro-Wall Street, that gets money from Wall Street, that worked very hard for the deregulation of Wall Street, which in my view led to the horrendous crisis that we had in 2008 when millions of people lost their homes and their jobs. I have, throughout my life, stood up to Wall Street. I think we have got to bring back Glass-Steagall legislation for the 21st century, and I believe that we have to ultimately break up the major financial institutions on Wall Street whose greed and recklessness is harming America. That's my view. There are other people within the Democratic Party who disagree.
A poll from CBS and the New York Times shows that you are nearly 30 percentage points ahead of Hillary Clinton among voters under the age of 45. But, you know, history shows, Senator Sanders, that the young people don't normally turn out to vote on Election Day. Are you confident that you can carry that enthusiasm with you to the polls on Election Day?
Well, that's a very fair question, and it's something that we are working very hard on. Look, when we began this campaign, we were at 3% in the national polls. We are closing the gap with Secretary Clinton. We are doing very, very well, I think, in New Hampshire, and we're doing well in Iowa, we're doing well in Nevada. But clearly, it is one thing, as we understand, to bring out a whole lot of young people to rallies to get them excited. It's another thing to make sure that people come out on caucus night in Iowa or for the New Hampshire primary. What I can tell you is we are mounting an extraordinarily strong grassroots effort. We have a great group of volunteers, thousands of volunteers in both states. Our job is to create a large voter turnout. I think we can do that. If we do that, we win.
Senator, you've made a lot of promises in this campaign, including a single-payer universal health care plan, but you have not said how you would pay for it. You promised to release that plan before February 1st. You've yet to do that. Where is it?
Well, we have released most of that plan. That plan is based on legislation that I introduced in 2013. So it's there. It's a long and complicated bill, and it's out there. What has happened in the last few years is good news, is that the cost of health care inflation has declined. And in fact, our single-payer Medicare for All bill will now cost less than we originally thought. Here is the bottom line. The bottom line is that the United States today is the only major country on earth that doesn't guarantee health care to all people.
Okay. But how would you pay for it is the question.
Is it going to raise taxes?
Is it going to raise taxes?
Right now, we have Medicare, a very popular and successful program for seniors paid through by a Medicare premium. That's what people pay. We would have a Medicare premium for all people and zero private health insurance premiums. So the average middle-class family would see a reduction in their health care costs by many thousands of dollars.
So the middle class would have to increase taxes on them in order to pay for this plan.
But they are not going to be paying any private health insurance premiums. They will be paying Medicare premiums just as seniors do today.
The good news is, Senator Sanders, you still have more time to make your points. This campaign continues for sure. Thank you very much for taking the time with us this morning. We certainly appreciate that.